Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Megan and today we are going to make this adorable plant hanger. If you guys are interested in macrame, be sure to head over to my Instagram where it is almost 100% dedicated to macrame at Bell & Cotton. This hanger only has 3 knots and I think it's pretty simple to follow, so if you're interested in making this, keep watching. So what I'm using today is macrame cording that I got from Gansett, and what I'm going to do for this is going to be 6 strands, and the way that I measure it is I do it by my arm's length. Have my end here, that's 1 arm's length, 2 arms length, and then I cut it. And I want 6 of these. I don't need to do that again, I can just take it and follow that length. So I have 2. This is my setup. I use the S-hook to attach the wooden ring. It makes it easier to work, but if you have something around your house that you can attach a wooden ring to, you don't necessarily need an S-hook and a coat rack. So now I have all 6 of my cords and I want to find the very center of them and make a little loop here. I want to push that loop through the wooden ring, pull it down, and then take the ends and pull them back through that loop. Then I'm going to put some tension on it, make sure it's secure. If you have a little place where it's bubbling out, you can probably find that cord and pull it down. And this is the base of our plant hanger. This is what we're starting with. Everything else is going to be built off or onto this. For the next step, you're gonna need a smaller cord. I like to use 1 arm's length for stuff like this. And you can go ahead and cut 8 of these. You will need 8 for the whole plant hanger. So you'll take one of those 8 strands, you're gonna take the top of it, hold it with your thumb, make a loop, and then start to wrap it around this structure that you have here. Make sure you keep the original end of that strand hanging out of the top. And you'll want to just keep wrapping as we go down. This is what's called a gathering knot. I wrapped this about 7 times and I took my working string and put it through that little loop that I had at the bottom, took my top string and pulled up, and it pulls my knot through that little gathering, and then I can just scrunch this whole little thing all the way to the top, or I can adjust it as I need to. And I like to get rid of my strings right away. When I'm satisfied with my knot, I go ahead and I cut them off, and this is not going to affect anything about this. It doesn't make it any less secure. I just want to make sure that when I'm cutting it, I don't cut into my other cording. You should have a total of 12 cords hanging, and I'm going to take 4 of them in my hand. I'm going to take the cord on the left and make an L going across the 2 center cords. The cord on the right is going to come behind all of those cords and loop through that L. And then I'm going to pull upward and outward on my cords. Let me show you that again. I'm taking my left cord, making an L. My right cord is going behind everything and pulling through that loop in the L. And then I'm pulling upward and outward on my cords. This is what's called a half square knot, and when you repeat them, it creates a spiral pattern that's really, really pretty. And so you'll want to repeat this until you have 20 of these. Once I have 20, I can grab another 4 strands and start the process all over again. I'm going to do 20 half square knots on these 4 strands. And then you should have 4 strands left that need to be formed into 20 half square knots. sections, and I'm going to take one of them and I'm going to create another gathering knot. So I'm going to take my strand, make a loop at the bottom, wrap it around just like I did in the beginning. If you need to go back to the very beginning and watch that again, I suggest it, but it's exactly the same. Once I have it where I want it, I'm going to cut off my extra little strings. And then I'm doing the same thing, creating another gathering knot here at the base of that spiral. And then another gathering knot here at the base of the last spiral. Gathering knots. I'm going to take one of my 3 sections, and if you notice, there are 2 short chords and then 2 long chords. You want to make sure your 2 long chords are on the outside and your 2 short chords are on the inside. Your long chords are now going to be your working chords, and you're going to repeat 20 half square knots. I'm going to find my 2 long chords and I'm going to keep them on the outside and my short chords on the inside. My long chords will now be my 2 working chords for 20 more half square knots. And then again on your 3rd section. Now I'm going to join my sections together, and I need to take 2 chords from one section and 2 chords that sit right next to it from another section, and I'm going to create a gathering knot using one of my shorter pieces of cording that I cut earlier, and I'm wrapping this around those 4 chords about 6 inches down. And then I'm going to take my next 2 chords and join those with the neighboring 2 chords with another gathering knot. You'll take the last 4 chords and you'll wrap another gathering knot. And once you have all your gathering knots in place where you want them, don't forget to cut off your little strings. And now you should be able to see the shape of this. All of our chords are joined together, and we are going to continue on down. So now these chords are going to go back home. So about 6 inches down, I'm going to take 4 chords, 2 from each section, and I'm going to create what's called a square knot. First, I'm going to make a half square knot, just like we did above, and then I'm going to go the other direction. So instead of making an L, I'm going to take the right chord and make a J, and then my left chord is going to go behind the other chords and loop through. Grabbing 4 more neighboring chords, I'm going to create another square knot at the same height as the last one I did. And then I just have 4 chords left, and I'm going to do my last square knot. And I've got 1 short chord left, so I'm going to do a gathering knot here to make the base of my plant hanger. So right above this gathering knot is where we're going to insert our plant. Thanks guys for following along. I hope this tutorial was helpful. And if you make this at home, please leave me a comment below. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you on my next project.